Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Winners Ways podcast. This is where we talk about everything that can help you succeed. We talk about career, we talk about money, we talk about business. And I do have the opportunity to bring in expert guests, to help us learn some new things. Today we have Laura Nelson with us. And Laura is going to be, dissecting online marketing to us. So Laura has over 10 years of experience in marketing and business consulting. She skillfully aids local small businesses to attract, connect, and grow their clients. So if you want to grow your business, if you don't know how to go about it, Laura is the one for you. And without keeping you guys waiting for that, I'm going to bring in my guest. Hey, Laura, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's so good to have you with us. And this is exciting, Laura. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I always like to get my guests to, quickly introduce themselves so that the listeners will know them more. So if you don't mind, can you tell us about yourself, what you do, and most importantly, what my audience will gain from listening to this show today?
Sure. Well, you gave a pretty good intro to my career today, which is I work with a lot of local businesses and have done so over the past few years, both in my capacity as an executive at startup software companies. And also in my career before that, working in media in my family business, which was a local business itself and supported by local businesses. So that is truly one of my passions. As many of us know, local businesses are the engine of economies, whether in the US or elsewhere. And they're so critical to the livelihoods, not only of the entrepreneurs that run them, but of the communities that they serve too. So I'm really passionate about working with and helping that cohort of entrepreneur. A little more about me. I studied both marketing and art in my college career. I live in Colorado. I enjoy outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, the usual menu of things that people out here like to do and who live here to take advantage of. And I'm happy to talk about all things marketing, not just for the local business cohort, but also for marketers in their careers, thinking about taking that next step, or software executives, B2B marketers too. Anything you have to throw at me is great.
Okay, awesome. So let's simplify it. Maybe we'll call it Marketing 101.
Uh-huh.
I want to start with maybe if you have a simple definition for marketing. If I ask you today, Laura, what is marketing?
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a great question because it has evolved so much over the years and certainly in recent years. I think that, in simple terms, marketing is the strategy and set of tactics that a business uses to find its target customer.
Okay, no, I like that, to find the target customer. So that's good. So that's we've defined the what. Then let's talk about the how. How should people market? I know things are evolving, like you rightly said. Marketing in 2022 may be different from how people market maybe in the 90s. So what is marketing in this new dispensation that we have?
Yeah, it really depends on the type of business you are, and then the techniques will follow. I will say that for most businesses, the key to starting is in that definition I just provided, to really understanding who that target customer is, and then developing a strategy to reach him or her, or it in the case of B2B marketing. I think, a lot of businesses make a mistake that their addressable market or their addressable customer base is a lot larger than it is. And they try to pursue techniques that, are too broad and too wide ranging and not relevant enough to really capture who that specific audience is. So, the most important thing to start with anyways, is to understand who specifically you're trying to reach. Sorry for the barking in the background.
No problem. That's okay.
Yeah, my dog decided to take this to start to be vocal this morning after very relaxing and several hours of quiet.
So maybe the dog, it's also trying to market himself. So let's just see how this goes. So
yeah,
no issue at all. We can continue. I don't think it's too bad, honestly, Laura. So okay, you've just explained how to market. When you think about marketing, I know there is maybe the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. Maybe can you share maybe one or two tips with us in terms of the right way to market, whether it's a product or service?
Sorry, you're asking the right way to market?
Yes.
I think starting with that right persona. So once you've nailed down who exactly you're trying to sell to, whether it's a business or whether you're, selling to end consumers, then it's about developing a strategy to go after them, right? And this is the set of tactics where you, as a business owner, are going to develop more awareness and then, bring them in the door of your business. This will range significantly depending on what type of business you are. So, for example, I will use a local service provider. I happen to have a plumber coming over this afternoon, so I'll use the plumber as an example. Okay. If you're a plumber operating in the local area, I happen to be located near Boulder, so let's say Boulder County, Colorado. Chances are you are targeting homeowners or renters within, a certain radius. So all of your marketing efforts are going to be highly localized to reach those people, in a specific area.
Correct.
Because, chances are other providers in farther towns like Denver, Colorado Springs, for example, there are plenty of plumbers to serve those consumers out there. Whereas it's a lot easier for, a homeowner to work with someone who is nearby, especially in an emergency situation. So, if I am that plumber, I am going to avail myself of all of the tactics that are focused on getting that local customer. So what that means is, I am going to run ads. If ads are part of my my strategy, I'm only going to place them in publications that reach, an audience in Boulder County. If I am running online campaigns, say if I'm using Google and I'm investing in Google local service ads, I'm going to define my service area, within Boulder County. I'm not going to spend money, in the Denver market because that customer is not relevant to me. Okay. So all of the tactics that, I as a plumber will employ are about getting someone in that local market. Same goes for something like direct mail. I'm only going to send direct mail pieces to addresses in my local market. And if I'm focused only on single family homes, that's the only type of address I'm going to send to. I think importantly, depending on, doesn't matter what tactics that you pursue for marketing, it's really important to track and measure the success of each of these campaigns, right? You can't improve anything unless you're measuring it, right? Same goes for any goal, whether you're lifting weights or losing weight or something like that. If you're not keeping score, then you don't know how much you have to improve or how far you've come in your goals.
Yeah.
So that's where I see a lot of local businesses struggle, where they don't have the infrastructure or maybe the automated technology to do that. But there are simple ways to, set up tracking numbers and UTM links and things like that help make it easy, no matter what size of business you're running, to see whether a campaign has paid off or not.
Okay. No, it totally makes sense, to track the results of maybe your marketing. Otherwise, you won't know whether you are moving towards your goal or you are falling behind. So that's important. You talked about running ads, which I want to maybe take a minute to talk about that. You mentioned Google Ads. I know people run ads on Facebook, Instagram, and all these social media platforms. Where do you see most maybe return on investment in terms of running ads? Or maybe if you have a suggestion or recommendation of any particular platforms that you think maybe local businesses should make sure that they are running their ads on that platform. Is there any?
Yeah, I mentioned Google, but I do want to make a differentiation here, because I think there are some avenues that are very high return on investment for, say, a local business, and others that will cost more money. If you're a local business, and especially if you're in the service industry, like, plumber, HVAC, roofing, you name it, I think the Google local service ad product is a great one. You get verified, you get a tracking phone number. It's very easy to track your return on investment. And I know that this ad vehicle works extremely well for local businesses. However, I would hesitate to encourage you to invest in just plain Google search ads. Like, those are for bigger brands, businesses like mine, and even larger. The reason for that is local, just regular search ads are, it's difficult to scale up. And more importantly, it's difficult to learn and refine. So what ends up happening is you spend a lot of money upfront, figuring out what keywords work for your market and your business. And oftentimes, like, local businesses cannot afford to invest in that learning curve. So for that reason, local service ads in this case are a great way to go. But Facebook, across the board, no matter what type of local business you're running, you are probably going to see a lower cost per lead and lower costs overall in advertising your business. I find that the platform is a little easier to use. It's a little easier to build an audience, and it's incredibly easy to turn on and off too. So, if you've got campaigns you only want to run for, say, 7 or 14 days, you have the flexibility to do that. Of course you do in Google as well, but I think it is a lot easier to control, in the Facebook ecosystem.
Okay, cool. So I have a whole varieties of listeners. Some of them do understand all these techniques, maybe SEO, cost per lead. And I know definitely some of them do not. And that's why I want to ask, Signpost, your company, what do you guys do? Do you help people to set up all these, online marketing or all these searches online, so that, they will just hand it over to you guys and you guys will take them through the process? Is that what you do, or no?
Yeah, Signpost has been around for over 10 years, and over time has evolved a little bit. We are most well known for helping businesses get online reviews on Google, Yelp, Facebook, like implement an automated process and reach out to customers via text and email and make sure that their online reputation matches the quality of the products and services being sold. That's still a big part of our offering. However, we've branched out since then. We've heard from our customers that they want more ways to interact with their customers besides following up after a job and getting feedback.
Wow.
And so, as a result of what we've heard from them, we've created new tools specifically to facilitate what happens next. So, say I'm calling a plumber, I see that this business has great reviews. I've got to get in touch, right? How does that happen? I either call or I chat them on their website. Maybe I book through an online scheduler. Maybe I text. Maybe I send a Facebook message or a Google message through the Google business profile. The really savvy businesses have those all set up. However, we know that's the minority. And so that's where Signpost really comes into play, right? Sure. We help set up all these communications channels where, prospective customers like me can get in touch with the business and then centralize them in one dashboard. Wow. So that way it's really easy for a business to set up automatic replies. Say a lead comes in through HomeAdvisor, you can automatically reply and give yourself the best chance of closing the job. So there's a lot of technology going into that really simplifies things for the business. We also have a call service too. So, say a business wants coverage after hours or on the weekends and can't hire someone for that. We have a team of US-based live receptionists who act as an extension to a business's team and answer the phones when they are not able.
Oh, wow. I think that is really cool because that will take a lot of, pressure and all those technicalities that most people may not know. That will totally take it away by working with Signpost. I think it's going to really give people the edge, to move forward. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I think we've been talking about maybe top level discussion. We've been having top level discussion about marketing. I want to calm down a little bit because I think we need to start from websites, the online presence.
Yeah.
What role do you think maybe website plays in terms of marketing, or should people, should they focus on on website? What specifically do you think they need to do in terms of their website before they start thinking about broader marketing?
Yeah, I think websites are critical. I still talk to a lot of business owners who've been around for a long time and they don't have a website. They don't think it's important. But the reality is business website's the only place where you have full control of your story, right? Right. This is the opportunity to tell your target market, what you do, who you're selling to, your products, your services, a little bit about your team in, a quick and easy way, right? And direct people to that next step. What do you want them to do? You want them to call you. You want them to chat through your, online chat. You want them to text you, you want them to book an appointment, whatever the case may be, you have to make it super easy. And so if done right, all of your listings on Google, Yelp, Facebook, Nextdoor, you name it, are going to direct people to your website so that they can read more about your business and decide whether they want to hire or visit you.
So what role, or maybe let's talk about the criticality of word of mouth marketing. Do you think word of mouth plays any role in marketing?
Oh, absolutely. The majority of business owners tell me when I'm teaching classes that Word of mouth is their number one source of new customers. Like, I don't think that's going away anytime soon. And there's no reason for it to, right? If you do a good job, people are going to tell their friends and neighbors. What's different in today's environment is that, that conversation used to be what we call one-to-one, over the fence in the backyard, et cetera. But now it's moved online. Right. So, word of mouth marketing has become even more important with user-generated content in the form of online reviews on Google and Yelp. And that's where your happy customers and maybe some unhappy ones too are shaping public perception of your business, right?
Right.
And so some businesses think like, oh, I'll just let that happen. And, my happy customers are going to go on and give me great reviews. But the reality is that they don't do so automatically. Mm-hmm. Businesses have to play a proactive role in making it easy for people to go on and do that. And that's why companies like Signpost exist, right? Okay. If people naturally just did that, if all your happy customers naturally just did that, then there would be no need for tools like ours.
That's right.
But we know they're time strapped. They don't want to go looking around for your listing. They've got other priorities. So you need to put it in front of them in a really easy way.
So we've established that word of mouth is important. And I know people will be curious, how can they build that portfolio with word of mouth so that, they can move their business forward?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Like that is crucial. Like think about, how your Google rating reflects your business's word of mouth. In my search for a plumber this afternoon, is to call back to that example, I look in my county, who's available, who's in my area, and then, what do their customers think of them? Because this is a service performed in my home, it's highly unlikely that I'm going to call up someone who has a 3.2 rating. That's very mediocre, right?
Yeah.
It's a personal service, right? It intrudes on my home, and I want someone who's going to do a great job. So I am looking for someone, with 4.4 or higher, and I'm in a competitive market. I know I'm going to find someone with that criteria.
That's right. Yeah. Obviously, you are a marketing expert. Do you mind sharing some of the newest trends that you are seeing in local marketing in 2022?
Yeah, I think the biggest trend right now encapsulates this idea of customer experience. So you've probably seen this for bigger brands, right? Think about how Amazon has really transformed that retail experience and delivered at new heights in the, delivery and ordering and the whole process of ordering something online and getting it delivered. In fact, I had dog food I ordered last night, and it was delivered on my step just a few minutes ago. And the only reason I know this is because I got a notification in the app. They send a picture of where it is. I don't even have to go outside to get it yet because I know it's there. And, they've delivered in the time frame that they promised.
Yeah.
So that's where Amazon's really gained an edge in retail and made it very difficult for some local vendors to compete. I'm not saying that every local business can be an Amazon, but there are definitely lessons that we can carry over from the bigger brands to improve the local experience, right? Yeah. So think about other ways that a local business can adopt from big brands. Another example that comes to mind is with Comcast, the local cable and internet provider. Nobody wants to call them on the phone. So, yeah, right? Like it's a painful experience.
Yeah.
So anytime I need to interact, I go on their website and do a chat, right? Because
Right.
chances are it's the work day, I'm doing other things, and I can't be interrupted. So I do that instead because I can multitask and probably get to an answer.
Yeah.
And that's something that a local business could adapt to,
Mm.
right? There are
Yeah.
tools like Signposts, and you can check out how this works on signpost.com, where you can automate some of the answers to chat,
Mhm.
right? You
Right.
often see where there's like FAQs, and you can get some options, get to a scheduler without having to talk to a person.
Right.
Of course, the live person option is there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what's cool about this product and others like it is that you as a business owner or your office manager, whoever, you don't need to sit on the computer and wait for those chats to come in. They can be sent to the mobile app. You can have that conversation on the go,
Mm-hmm.
and make it easy for that potential customer to get to the information they need.
Yeah. Okay,
So
that's good. What I heard Laura is being creative in terms of how to design your customer experience, whether it is Amazon delivering at the time they promised, or using the chat feature on Comcast website. That's what I'm hearing. People need to learn how to design their customer experience such that the customer, they want to continue to do business with them. So thank you very much for sharing that.
exactly, yeah.
So Laura, why are you passionate about marketing?
I think because it is so ever evolving, things have changed so quickly, even in the time, between when I started my career and now. No 2 days are the same.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can be talking on a podcast like this one about marketing techniques and hosting a webinar and writing email copy and coaching my team all in one day, right?
Right.
And do a totally different set of activities tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So there really never is a dull moment. And there's never there's never seemingly an end to marketing needs in any organization, because we're constantly rolling out new technology features for our platform, every month. And we've got to play a role as marketers in ensuring that our customers know about them and that they want to use them. So, we're constantly marketing to our own customers to make sure that, we keep the ones we have and that they're happy, and that we continue to learn from them and build products for them too.
That's good. Happy customer, happy business. Let's put it that
Exactly.
way. So maybe what are some, common marketing mistakes that you see businesses make?
I think, I see two common ones. One is in the class of putting too many eggs in one basket, right? Like spending a lot of money in one area and hoping it will pay off. So for example, for a big brand, it might be like, hey, our whole marketing budget is our Super Bowl ad this year.
Right.
No, great. If you spend all your money on Super Bowl ad, what are you going to do for the remainder of the year?
Yeah.
Right. That's all your eggs in one basket. That's very difficult to recover from if it doesn't pay off.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Another area is just simply not creating systems to measure and improve upon marketing campaigns. So, I mentioned that earlier, right? Like when we're trying to improve on measurable things in our own lives, like certainly we are going to take stock of where we are. And that needs to happen in marketing too. You cannot decide to invest in more Facebook ads until you have a real solid understanding of, how many leads are you generating from Facebook? What are they costing you?
Yeah.
Are you seeing some improvements over time? And if that's checking all the boxes you need, then that's a really strong indicator of, hey, like I can scale this up a little bit and see even more impact
Right, right. That's good. So as we are coming to the end of this interview, Laura, I'm wondering if you can maybe leave a message for my listeners in terms of online marketing, any message at all, whether it's how they can grow their marketing, their online presence, or maybe some lessons you want to share about online marketing.
I think, there is a lot of trial and error. So I would say don't be afraid to make mistakes. The same is true for large businesses as it is for small. We are fairly sizable business in that, Signpost has 5,000 customers, but my team is trying new things all the time and not everything pays off, and that's okay. So, as marketers, you have to be comfortable with some level of risk that you're going to invest in the things that do pay off, but allow yourself to experiment, try new things. There's no growth without, some trial and error, some experimentation to get to that next level. I think that would be my biggest piece of advice, and understand that, what worked for you in the past may not work for you in the future.
Okay.
Right. We have learned that, in my business, and I'm sure lots of other businesses have learned that too. So the ability to be nimble and to pivot from, what you used to do is incredibly important.
That's good. That's good. So where can my audience find you? Maybe I know signpost.com will be the starting point. Do you want to share your maybe any social media handle where they can connect with you and follow you to learn more about what you do?
Sure. Signpost.com online. If you want to see Signpost on Instagram, Signpost HQ. Find me on LinkedIn at Laura Liz Nelson. And if you want to drop me a note, lnelson@signpost.com.
Awesome. Thank you. And we have come to the end of today's interview. Thank you very much, Laura. We've enjoyed your time here today. It's been awesome. Now it's a wrap. Guys, go win.